All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something kind of wild. An ancient disease, you might have heard it called the disease of kings, that's making a huge and really painful comeback. It has a history that's as rich as the people who suffered from it. And now, it's hitting more of us than ever. So let's figure out why. So, let's kick things off with a little puzzle. What could possibly connect a world conqueror like Alexander the Great, a master artist like Michelangelo, and a modern sports icon like David Beckham? I'll give you a hint. It's not their fame, and it's not their genius. It's something way, way more uncomfortable. Yep, the answer is gout, a seriously painful form of arthritis. And that name? It actually comes from the Greek word for foot trap. And believe me, if you've ever had a flare-up, you know just how agonizingly accurate that description is. And here's the thing. This is not some dusty old disease from the history books. Nope. Some doctors are actually calling its recent surge a modern epidemic. Globally, diagnosed cases have shot up by over 55% in less than 3 decades. So what on earth is going on? Sia, what is this thing that's been bugging humanity for centuries and is now becoming more common than ever? Let's break down the mechanics of what's actually happening inside that foot trap. Okay, so at its most basic, gout is just this crazy intense inflammation in a joint. But why? Well, picture tiny, sharp, needle-like crystals literally forming inside your joint capsule. The pain is just off the charts. It really feels like a trap has snapped shut on your foot. And for whatever reason, the big toe is its absolute favorite target. So where do these nasty little crystals even come from? Well, the real culprit here is a substance that's already in your body right now, uric acid. But here's the twist. It's not always the bad guy you might think it is. This is what's so fascinating. Uric acid isn't just some random waste product. It actually plays a vital role as an antioxidant. It helps protect our cells from damage. You can almost think of it like a built-in sunscreen for your cells. The problem starts when your body just has way too much of it. See, your kidneys are amazing. They're your body's filtration plant, and their whole job is to filter out the excess uric acid. But if they get overwhelmed and just can't keep up with the load, that's when things start to go wrong. And this is a perfect way to visualize the whole process. It starts when we eat foods with these things called purines. Let's think of purines as the firewood for our body's furnace. As our body breaks down that firewood for energy, it produces a byproduct, the smoke. And that smoke is uric acid. Now, a little smoke is no big deal, right? But when there's way too much, it fills up the room. In this case, it builds up and crystallizes in your joints. So, where are we getting all this firewood? Well, the usual suspects are foods rich in purines. We're talking red meat and bacon, certain seafoods like mussels and shrimp, even red wine and chocolate. But the undisputed heavyweight champion of purines? Beer. It's the absolute record holder, which means it can produce a ton of that uric acid smoke. Okay, so this is really, really important. Ignoring gout and thinking of it as just a sore toe is a huge mistake. The impact of high uric acid goes way beyond one painful joint. It's a massive warning sign for your entire system. As this quote points out, the gout attack itself won't kill you, but the long-term complications absolutely can. Having consistently high levels of uric acid in your body is like letting a fire smolder, and it can eventually set off a chain reaction of really serious health issues. You can kind of see how the disease progresses in stages. It usually starts with that bright fire, the acute attack. It's sudden, it's intense, it's awful. Then, things might calm down for a while. You enter this smoldering embers phase between attacks. But here's the danger. If it's left untreated, it can turn into a constant blaze of chronic pain that can permanently damage and even deform the joints. And the consequences of that constant blaze can be pretty severe. It puts a huge strain on your kidneys, sometimes leading to kidney stones or even chronic kidney failure. It's also tightly linked to high blood pressure, and it dramatically increases your risk for a heart attack or a stroke. In fact, it's thought that the author Charles Dickens actually died from a stroke that was a complication of his long-term gout. So because the symptoms can be a bit misleading and the consequences are so serious, getting the right diagnosis is absolutely critical. Not everything that hurts like gout is gout. Gout has a major impersonator, a condition called pseudo-gout. And they're tricky because they can look and feel almost identical. You get that intense pain, the redness, the swelling. The key difference is what the crystals are actually made of. One is uric acid, and the other is calcium pyrophosphate. And that is precisely why the gold standard for a diagnosis isn't just a blood test. To be 100% sure, a doctor needs to draw a little bit of fluid from that inflamed joint and look at it under a microscope. It's the only way to physically see what kind of crystals are causing all the trouble and make sure you get on the right treatment plan.
All right, now for the most important part. What can you actually do about it? Let's talk strategy. Because managing gout isn't about one magic pill. It's about creating a whole toolkit for relief and long-term control. Now look, your genetics definitely play a role here, but diet is an absolute cornerstone of management. The game plan is pretty straightforward. Limit those high-purine, firewood foods we talked about, and focus instead on a plant-rich Mediterranean-style diet, full of fresh vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats. And hey, for all you coffee lovers out there, I've got some potentially great news. A major 12-year study found that regular coffee consumption is linked to a significantly lower risk of developing gout in men. People drinking 4 to 5 cups a day saw a 40% lower risk, and for those drinking 6 or more, it dropped by nearly 60%. Beyond just your diet, there are other simple but really powerful lifestyle changes. Proper hydration is non-negotiable. Water basically helps your kidneys flush out all that extra uric acid. Gentle movement helps too, and it's so important to personalize your approach. Maybe keep a food diary to figure out what your specific trigger foods are.
So here's a really crucial point for effective treatment. It's not just about attacking uric acid. The biggest mistake is an aggressive therapy that forgets to support the very organs responsible for clearing it out in the first place, the kidneys. You have to take a holistic approach. And this quote just captures it perfectly. Managing gout is a personal journey. There's no magic bullet that works for everybody. It's about finding the right combination of diet, lifestyle changes, and medical care that works for your unique body and your situation. Which really brings us to a bigger question, doesn't it? We've known about this disease for literally thousands of years, yet it's surging. So maybe tackling gout isn't just about the toe. Maybe it's a powerful reminder to see our body as this whole interconnected system and to ask, what is it that my system truly needs to find its balance again?